The first episode of F4 Thailand. Boys Over Flowers launches with F4 leader time encapsulating the whole story in one go. One person can change your whole world. It's the start of a school day at Koker High School, Bangkok. The entrance sign claims the title Salt of the Earth and Light of the World. New girl Hana introduces herself to Gorya. She asks why Gorya is sitting alone, and hears that she's one of few athletic scholarship students in a school of elites. She tells Hana it's okay to move on as she's pretty boring anyway. But she's still a little downcast as Hana walks away. Hana returns with a snack and a smile, ready to become friends. Gorya welcomes her with a warning of systemic bullying. She explains that the better and safer a school seems, as message alerts start pinging around the classroom. Gorya details the game played at their school, starting with a red card hanging in a locker. That card makes one an instant target for the entire school. There are rules. No photos, nothing in front of CCTV cameras. Anything that happens looks like an accident. No evidence, no crime. Even teachers don't dare to interfere. The victim is herded to an out-of-use stadium. As the beatings begin, F4, the rulers of the school, show up to watch from their designated seats. As F4 leader Time reads out the crime, trying to expose the game, MJ, another F4 member, has his team wipe out all evidence. Time explains that for them, nothing has ever been difficult. As Time beats the upstart, F4 members MJ and Kevin time the assault, guessing how many hits he'll take. While fourth member Ren seems bored and takes his leave. The victim appeals to the other students that they can stop the game if they work together. Time explains that it's not F4 ordering the others, that everyone wants to play. F4 simply allows it. As they exit, Kevin notes they should make sure the kid gets out alive. Disgusted, Gorya heads to the school roof to shout her frustration about the whole system and F4 in particular. As she walks away, we see that Ren has witnessed her outburst. Gorya heads to her part-time job at a flower store, sharing exasperation with her best friend and their employer. Their boss looks up each member of F4, explaining their family backgrounds, while Gorya notes the real truth. Time's family is the best of Thai real estate, and he's a top student, but he plays all day so must be buying his grades. MJ's family leads in the entertainment industry, but they're actually mafia. She shuts it down quickly as her friend takes an interest in the handsome Kevin, whose family is among the oldest, most revered in Thailand, noting he's a total player. But when they get to Ren, his family is in medicine. She notes he's a bit different, but still, he doesn't object to his friend's bad behavior. She confirms that F4 are the source of all the school bullying. They agree that a bad guy, no matter how gorgeous, isn't worth it. Her boss warns that the power of influence can be dangerous. If it gets too hard, Gorya will just quit. At home, her sweet family happily celebrates her 222nd day at Koker High. They're banking on her making connections there, or perhaps even meeting a handsome, rich boy. Gorya worries that they're doing without to send her to such a school. She recalls the open house, where she was inspired by fellow student Mir, who instilled a message of following your dream. But Koker is not what she anticipated. She berates herself for becoming like the others, watching as someone else gets bullied. At lunch, Gorya and Hana talk about how Mir inspired them both. They agree to stay quiet and safe until graduation. But as Hana gets up from the table, she bumps into Time and drops her lunch on his one-of-a-kind shoe. She tries to apologize as the student body looks on. The jackals jeer at her to lick his shoe clean. Gorya hits her limit and tells Time he's gone too far. Realizing her mistake, she tries to backtrack and beg him to forgive Hana. Sure, he says. But when Gorya goes to her locker, she finds a red card. Texts start singing, the game is on. Gorya excuses herself from class to the infirmary. But the group chat reveals her destination. As a pair of guys check for her, she climbs out. Several other accidents happen, leaving her drenched by a bucket of water. Hana disappears as soon as she hears the others approach, leaving Gorya to fend for herself. Gorya heads to the roof to vent, and Ren scolds her for making noise in his quiet place, but hides her as other classmates appear. As he leaves, she finds a drawing of her shouting. Kids at school get a message from Time to move things along. They grab her, and as she fights, they rip her clothes. Ren steps in, setting off the fire sprinklers so she can escape. Hiding at home, Gorya tries for some quiet to think things through. But her mother insists on speaking, again pointing out that she could find a rich handsome guy at school. She also reminds Gorya how strong she is. However, they end arguing about the importance of money. While at home, the guys enjoy the largesse of privilege. Except for Time, he's teaching a lesson to the kids that failed to get rid of Gorya. MJ steps in and points out that giving a red card to a girl is going a bit too far. Just then, a staff member pulls Time away to meet with his mother. In an interview, she ruthlessly concludes that employees who cause trouble deserve a red card. At dinner she reminds Time that if he can't rule the school, how can he control anything? Flash to Kevin as he tells a gaggle of girls about the worst part of being on top, not just the temperature but the pressure. Time gets into a roadside fight with randoms to release his exasperation. And Gorya's dad gives her a new pair of shoes, saying her mom spent her savings on them, and that Gorya is facing troubles because her shoes are worn. He quotes that bad shoes take you to bad places, while good ones take you to good places. These shoes may take you to a good place that's hidden. Gorya pictures Ren and agrees to fight on. Her brother draws grass flowers to personalize her shoes. Then, at school, reality returns. Someone steals her shoe and the chase is on, landing her at the stadium. Time cuts it with a blade, destroying it, but she puts it back on anyway. He continues to go and here comes that famous kick. She thwacks him right in the midsection, knocking him to the ground. As the guys look on in astonishment, she vows to fight Time in everything.